Welcome back to Business Beat. I'm your host for today, Trent McGee, and a big-time event's coming to Greenville on November 13th. Not far from now, it's an event you want to hear more about and certainly want to take part in if you can. It is the 2015 Leadership Summit, and the Chamber of Commerce has been fortunate enough to partner with the ECU College of Business to bring this event together. And I'm here to have, with me right now, we have one of the speakers for that event and someone who is playing a big part in putting all this together, and that's Dr. Aneil Mishra, who is the Thomas D. Arthur Professor of Leadership for ECU's College of Business. And Dr. Mishra, it's good to see you.
Thanks, Trent. It's great to see you.
And this is an exciting event coming up on the 13th, a Leadership Summit, and you and I spoke not long ago, and we've seen summits in the past, but this is certainly one that's dynamic, full of big-time speakers, so tell us more about it.
Sure. In fact, I'm really thrilled that we're able to put this together between the College of Business at ECU and also with the Chamber. We've got a lot of goals for the event. One is to help local businesses in eastern North Carolina thrive and grow, and so developing some better insights on how to be effective leaders as business people. That's one of the goals. Also to help students, help them find better jobs and transfer into the world of work. Also to help our veterans. So that's another one of the goals of the event. We're going to have some great business leaders there. So we've got people who have been dynamic leaders for decades. I'm talking about great people like Parker Overton, Walter Williams. Chris Carroll's going to be coming too as part of that first session on business entrepreneurship. And then we've got some people who are more recently to the scene. Brian and Tim from 2 Minute Truck Greenville and Vin McCaffrey of Game Theory Logic. So having a mixture of seasoned entrepreneurs and some newer entrepreneurs, I think is going to be great.
A total of, I think, 15 speakers, and some with ECU ties, some with local ties to Greenville and Pitt County, and some that all have ties to Eastern North Carolina. So it's a local group, but it's a very prominent group, as you said, guys like Parker Overton, Walter Williams, guys that people know well. And I've had the chance to know Vin McCaffrey now for the past couple of years, and then it's a great lineup.
Yep. We've also got in the nonprofit social entrepreneurship space people coming from Washington, D.C., and also some people from the Raleigh-Durham Triangle area. These are all people who are either veterans of our recent wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, but more importantly, how they are now serving veterans to help transition them back to higher education, complete their degrees, and to get jobs, transition to the world of work. And we're going to have a great keynote speaker, a good friend of mine now, Steve Kananen, an ECU alumnus, and also the Chief People Officer for Kindred Health and former top HR executive for Johnson & Johnson. And so he'll be sharing his insights as a very innovative leader in the healthcare space.
Again, November 13th is the date, 8:30 to 1 o'clock at the Hilton, Greenville, 207 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. And let's talk about how the summit will go. Kind of that session. It's a full morning of events, but this is a very interactive summit. Presentations, the Q&A, and a lot that people can take back with them to their businesses if they attend.
Absolutely. In fact, one of the things I think will separate this or distinguish the summit from other kinds of similar conferences is we'll start off with a highly interactive exercise, something I do with my executive education clients all over the world. We'll get 100 leaders together and identify our strengths. So that'll be the first hour of the morning. Also get a chance to network with one another with that event. Then we'll have a panel, but only about half the time will be the speakers talking and the rest of it will be a Q&A. Then we'll have a break, another panel discussion, then our keynote lunch. And then we'll be wrapped up at 1:15. So.
And you mentioned lunch. Also, breakfast will be served, a continental breakfast that morning, along with a buffet lunch later in the day. And I think we should mention, too, that your wife will also be speaking as well. Right. I think she wants us to mention that as well, Karen Mishra.
Yeah, she's one of the moderators for the nonprofit session in the afternoon. And in the morning, we're going to bring back somebody who's well known to the ECU sports community, Kathy Andruzzi, former very successful high school and college basketball coach. And she's now in the leadership space as well, so she'll be helping to moderate our morning session.
She's a name that many people are familiar with. In fact, I cannot recall since I've been here, which now is going on 15 years, that she's actually come back and spoken at an event like this. So it's going to be great to have Kathy Andruzzi back here at ECU and in Greenville. And also Scott Senator with the Chamber of Commerce, our president, will be speaking as well. As you mentioned, some other guys that will be speaking. I should say guys and women. Chris Carroll, Grady White Boats, I've heard her before. She's fantastic. You yourself, you said Brian Journey and Tim Kieran there with 2 Men in a Truck. In fact, they were the 2014 Small Business recipients of the year. So it's a great group. And the topics, 4.0 leadership, talk about entrepreneurship, talk about some of the topics that are going to be talked about at the
Sure.
event.
I think one of the key topics will be getting to better understanding of your own leadership strengths and capabilities, understanding how other leaders can work together or building a team of effective people at the top and throughout the organization, and then really building an enduring culture of success based on what a lot of leaders I've worked with, how to build trust with your employees, with your customers, and ultimately then understanding what are the challenges. How do we in Eastern North Carolina distinguish ourselves throughout the state and actually the world, because I think there's a lot of great opportunities here.
Absolutely. And when you hear leadership, you think East Carolina, and something that you guys are certainly very proud of and strive to be better at year after year. And obviously, you, with being in the College of Business there at ECU and the Thomas D. Arthur Professor of Leadership, leadership and developing and strengthening those skills is important to what you do and to ECU as a college.
Absolutely. I think, in fact, just the great privilege I've had over the past year getting to know people like Parker, Brian, Tim, Vin, and so forth, is that we've got an incredible reservoir, great capacity of leadership, business, entrepreneurship, and also philanthropic leadership. Parker's been very active in that regard. And so I really want to work with these leaders to take it to the next level, and that's actually what we're going to be doing in the summit, is to bring all these leaders together from the community. How do we help one another? Because I think there's just great opportunities to share our strengths.
Again, the 2015 Leadership Summit coming here November 13th, which is going to be a Friday at the Hilton Greenville, 8:30 to 1 o'clock, and a great lineup of speakers. For more information, you can actually go to greenvillenc.org for that lineup of speakers, and also to register. Let's talk about ticket prices really quickly,
Sure.
Dr. Mishra. And there's also a student discount rate, so if we can mention that.
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, I think this is one of the bargains of 2015. It's only going to be $99 for attendees, and we want to encourage student participation as well, so it's only $70 for the students. The College of Business is going to be subsidizing the cost for them. And we also want to encourage nonprofit leaders to come and attend. So that's something else I want to reach out to.
Great deal, great value, and certainly the Chamber appreciates the partnership with you guys. So thank you so much.
Great.
Good to see you.
Hey, thanks a lot,
look
Trent.
forward to it.
Great.
That's
You too.
Dr. Mishra, the 2015 Leadership Summit coming your way November 13th. Stay tuned, more Business Beat after this.